Have you heard about the big changes that are coming to the real estate world? It's been in the news for quite a few months now. The National Association of Realtors, otherwise known as NAR, has reached a settlement with a lawsuit that's going to affect real estate across this entire country. Here is a breakdown of what you need to know. Now, the outcome of the lawsuit is that the multiple listing service, MLS, is no longer able to post if compensation will be offered to a buyer's agent from a seller. Well, in prior days, sellers were not obligated to offer a buyer's agent compensation, and moving forward, that still remains. Sellers do not need to agree to pay any buyer, broker, or agent fees. The changed part is now the MLS won't have mention of a buyer's agency compensation. Now, this new ruling went into effect as of Saturday, August 17th, 2024. Hey, as a result of the changes, there are all kinds of new forms that not only sellers will be signing when listing their property, but buyers will now be signing buyer agreements to hire and compensate their own representative in a real estate transaction. This part of the settlement changes protocol that has been in place for over 100 years in our industry. Now, the intention of the lawsuit was to somehow clear up things for all of the parties involved in regards to agent compensation and commissions. Seems the lawsuit stated that somehow, over the last 100 years, the protocol was unclear. Unclear to exactly what buyers and sellers were paying for, even though it was clearly posted in every MLS across the country and agreed to on each listing agreement. Brokerage fees have always been negotiated in the past. Now, nothing changes with that moving forward. Forms were pre-printed with that language pre-written in the contractual language. So what does this mean for you moving forward, right? If you are a buyer and you go to an open house, there's going to be a required form that you'll be signing to view that property. And if you are a buyer and you ask to go view a listed home for sale, there's a form for that too. Even if a buyer asks to view homes with their agent virtually, online, you must sign a form with that agent that you choose to represent you. And by signing this new form, you commit to working with and you are liable for that agent's compensation. Sellers, as we mentioned earlier, have new forms to sign as well. The forms have excluded the mention of the seller paying any kind of compensation to buyers, only the listing agency. A buyer's agent's compensation will be presented with each buyer's offer, and then the seller will be able to assess each offer and respond as they see fit. Hey, if this sounds a little bit complicated, you're not alone. However, that is the outcome of the new ruling. You know, with the old way, buyers always paid commissions. Don't say duh. Think about it. Most of the agents and their seller clients built all of the fees into the property's list price. And when you take that into consideration, there wouldn't actually be a sale without a buyer for each property. To our way of thinking, not much has actually changed. Just the way that we as agents will address all of the new required forms and of course our negotiation tactics when it comes to representing you, which we will cover with you in a one-on-one basis, because when you do hire great buyer's agents, we will negotiate the buyer broker's compensation by incorporating that into the language of your offers. Does it mean that your offer is going to be accepted? Of course not. But you don't get what you don't ask for in life, right? Let alone the purchase of real estate. If for any reason the seller and their listing agency don't agree with the request, well, then the buyer is obligated to pay their own agent's fee. And that's what they agreed to with their agent before they even started looking at properties. Now that this is all cleared up, or probably more likely not cleared up for you, please contact us with all of your questions. Remember, we have you on each transaction. You have seasoned pros on your side who are all about getting you more positive results, solutions, and answers.